Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I am Matilda. So after deciding to make that move and get onto the digital platform and explore more about online marketing and the internet of things, you're wondering, what are you gonna expect? What is out there for you? So no worries, this video will walk you through all the nitty-gritties, or actually just summarize a few things so that you find your way through this maze called the internet of things. One of the key things that you're going to find when you actually get your business onto the online platforms, or like on the internet of things, you're going to find that you have access to a wider population, a super wide population. In fact, you have access to the whole world's population. So right now there are about over 7 billion people in the whole world, right? And because of the COVID thing, you have more people on the internet. Statistics have shown more people are using the internet. So because you're going to find your business, or you're going to move your business there, you'll find that you have access to more people in different countries without any need for a passport or all those regulations or all those borders, all those limitations. Now you can access these people. It's not like how we have it in our countries or towns or communities, where you have the high cost, a low cost, or a street, a stream. There's nothing like that. With the internet, it's like the whole world is in one room, and you just say, oh, here I am, look at me, this is what I'm doing. So you have access to a global population, over 7 billion people. Now, for argument's sake, some people say not everybody has access to the internet. Okay, fine, we will give you that. But we can safely say at least 1 billion to 2 billion people have access to the internet. And if they're on the internet, that's a lot of people. That's still a lot of people that are walking through your business corridors, that have potential to bump into your product and decide whether to buy from you or not. So that's the first key aspect you're going to find. An advantage as well is that you have access to a very big population. The global population is there and waiting for you and to hear your message. Okay. So the second thing that you will find when you get onto the online platform is that you have more ability to target your audience. You can easily find your audience and target them and give them the message you want to give them. Unlike putting your advert on the television or on radio, you just tell them, you specify the time you're going to want it to air, and then when it airs, it is whomever who's watching. But with the internet of things, you can target your audience by stating, okay, the audience I want to target is in this age group, it lives in this specific area, is male or female, works or doesn't work. You're able to specify your target so that for each dollar or each kwacha you spend to advertise, you are reaching the person you want to reach. For example, if you open a barbershop, for instance, so you want to advertise on the digital platform or any online platform, let's say Facebook. I'm using Facebook because I know a lot of my Zedians know Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. So if you're going to use one of those platforms, they will actually require you to specify, okay, if you want, you can generalize, but if you can specify as well which area you want your advert to run in, because they're able to tell which area each person is in, the age group, the gender of the person. So for example, if you're a barber shop, you obviously are going to want to target men, right? Or boys. And if you're also going to want to target a specific area. For me, I would say a 25-kilometer area radius around your barbershop, because if you're going to advertise to somebody who's 300 kilometers from your barbershop, it's highly unlikely that they will make that effort to come one weekend to have their hair done at your shop just for a few minutes and then get back home, which is about 300 kilometers away. I highly doubt that's gonna happen. So you're going to specify, okay, I want an audience, I want this advert to reach an audience in a 25-kilometer radius, and I want you to run this advert. For example, if you're so specific with your audience, you know that your customer watches, let's say, is on the internet at a specific time, you can even state what time you want this advert to run and how many times in a day, and also which gender, because there's no point in you advertising your barbershop to women and then you're expecting us to change, but yet most women will prefer long hair, so that would be a bit misplaced if you ask me. So for you wanting to make most of your budget or your money for advertising, you will specify that you want men or boys to see this advert in a certain area radius. So it will mean that the advert will run to the right people at the right times. So it will also make sure that as you're reaching the right people, it will make advertising cheaper on the internet or on digital platforms compared to advertising on other platforms. So for example, because you are targeting your audience, for instance, it means that for each kwacha you spend or each dollar you spend, you are reaching the right person and getting the results that you want at every point. So that means that your return on investment is higher than in using other platforms that may not bring as a high return for your advert as you hope. Okay. Then the next thing you will find when you get onto the digital online marketing space is that audience and yourself have greater engagement. Now, as you see the trends right now, most people on the internet are more engaged, they're more opinionated, and not really more opinionated, but they're more comfortable with sharing their opinion even without questioning them. Everybody has an opinion and thinks they should say something. So right now, because of the Internet of Things, people are more engaged. So for your product, you have people telling you what it is they think about your product. If you ask them if you would like them, if they would like any improvement on the product, they will tell you. For example, I am here making this YouTube video and I will ask you like, tell me what you think about this video, of which you can actually comment in the comment section what you think about this video, or drop me an email and tell me what you think or any ideas you think I can make use of. So there's greater engagement, which is a great benefit because you keep improving your product and serving your clients way better than before. So that's also an advantage. Now the other advantage is that your content, like this video I'm making, or if you write articles or blogs, is easily shareable. People can share these videos and articles or whatever information about your brand easily without any specific cost to them, and it gets the word out there. So that is a great advantage you're going to find. So that's why you need to get on the digital online space. Now, the bonus thing that I would like to share with you about getting on the digital marketing space is that there is less regulation. Now, less regulation can mean is also like there's less barrier to entry into the online marketing space. Now, with this, I mean that there is no regulator. When you're doing your brick and mortar business, for example, you have a shop or you're opening a restaurant, you have to get a license for your restaurant, you need to get permits, you need to pay your land rates. With the digital space, there is nothing like that. We are all just caught up in one room and just shouting out and saying, this is what I'm doing, here I am, look at me, and all these things. It doesn't require us to pay any taxes or anything like that, because when you actually think about it, who will collect the taxes? Who collect the taxes? So unless you're using a particular platform that has a certain amount of regulation, for example, Facebook will not allow you to use certain words, profanity may not be allowed. They will actually remove those. However, it differs from platform to platform. If you create your own platform, you can do whatever it is you want. Now, for most businesses, when you hear the term less regulation, it means one thing, which is key. You have more money to use into your business, or you have access to more profit. Because you're not paying a regulator, it means there's less cost on your operation. You actually spend more money to improve your product, improve your service, than to pay a regulator. Now, on the flip side, which can be a disadvantage or prove to be a bit of a challenge, is that when you do not have a regulator, you have an environment that's ripe for fraud, any other crimes actually. So you actually will hear that of late we've been hearing more about cyber crimes or fraud or all these other things that happen on digital platforms or digital spaces. So it's because there's really not much regulation in this area, and also it means that the responsibility falls on each one of us, not just the business person or you getting your business online, but also a consumer. So the responsibility of looking after your website or your information or your transactions falls both on the consumer and the entrepreneur. You make sure, as an entrepreneur, you make sure that your website is safe. You make sure that your content is user friendly. It's also, something of taste. But also for the consumer, you make sure things like your passwords are also up to date and they're not easy to break through. Passwords like 1234 are so easy, but those are people's number one password option. But it is easy to hack. So you make sure that your password is a bit more challenging for somebody to hack into. And it is a chore, but it is all of our responsibility to make sure that our passwords are up to date. Okay, now also on the flip side of that is that you have a situation where things like privacy issues come up because there's no regulator. The question, of course, of a regulator is, if the regulator is regulating me, for example, who's regulating the regulator? And then who's regulating the regulator, regulating the regulator? And however, issues of privacy come into play. Because there's no regulator to control what private institutions are doing with the information they collect from people, you have to make sure that you control how much information you want to put out there and how much information you do not want to put out in the public. Because when someone gets it, you don't know where they're going with that information. The next thing is, when you get onto the digital space, the other thing that you will find is that without technology, it is very difficult for you to actually do whatever it is you'd like to do on the digital platform. For example, for me to reach you on YouTube, I need to have a camera or a phone. I need to have internet bundles. I need to be in a place where there is actually access to the internet, and all of that is technology. So without that technology, it is almost impossible for me to get onto the digital platform or into the online marketing space. So these are things that you will find that are on the digital marketing space, and within this same space or these same examples I've given you, they will affect how you draw up your online digital marketing strategy for your business or your brand. So remember, these are eye-openers, just merely pointers so that you can actually think about certain things as you draw up your online marketing strategy and take your business to higher heights. Remember, every area you're entering into is an opportunity for your business to grow, thrive, and achieve the results that you want. So always draw up a strategy, draw up a plan about how you're going to go about it at every point. Okay, now please remember to like, share, and subscribe, as we said earlier, and also comment in the comment section, as we spoke earlier, about engagement, so that I know that you're watching. And also, maybe if you have any pointers or any ideas that you'd like to share with me, please feel free to comment in the comment section. Also, I would ask that you could follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn if you're on any of one of those platforms, and we can get chatting and just build a community over there. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.